adjacent possibilities. Interesting one to start with, but I think the key word of this card, or the principle behind it, is choices. So something is presenting itself to you in the form of choices, and perhaps you are really going down the road of one idea or direction or choice or philosophy or creation or possibility. But if that's the case, they're telling you that there are some other options available to you, and that perhaps it would be wise to expand your horizon, or to do a little bit more homework, or to look a little bit further into things. I like the card because I love the thought of having options or choices in life, but sometimes it makes us become fence sitters or procrastinate because we literally can't make up our mind. So let's go a bit further with that. Oh, that is random, isn't it? Okay, and that's what I was just saying. So, you know, the adjacent possibilities I love, but they can create indecision. Sorry guys, I have just had an interruption, and there's Enzo. He's back in the room looking for the little rat that he brought in yesterday that scuttled everything. He still thinks he's in here, but actually he's now in my bedroom and we don't know how to get him out. So coming back to your adjacent possibilities and indecision, again, what I feel more than anything that it represents is this amazing option of choices that are there for you. So I like both the cards because of the way they've come together. They're really telling a story and they're quite succinct about it. If I just pull this one up to the camera a little bit, can you read the words there? I think it says unknown, unknown. And obviously the person is really trying to figure out which way to go. Now this could be anything in your life, and those are the adjacent possibilities. It's the two cards are mirroring each other. But if you look at this one, it's got quite a dark grey, sort of murky feel to it, as if there's no clarity. But this one, there's light at the end of the tunnel. So that's what you also have to take into consideration, that by pursuing or perusing these adjacent possibilities, I feel like there is light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm playing on the light that's right here, right now. So think of it as a positive, but I do think that there's something for you guys to look into that you perhaps aren't, or you're indecisive about, or you're not aware of, or you aren't making decisions. So it's a great opportunity. I like the fact that it's like that. I'm going to go for a third one off this deck as well. Oh, nice. The Angel of Love. That's the first time she's come out in a long time, actually. And I mean, I use these cards a lot because they're so like a tarot, but they give a little bit of variety. And I'm sorry about the sun there. I've done all I can to remove the glare, but there's a little bit of sun shining. And to be honest, the sun is like the energy of love anyhow. But the Angel of Love could be representative for some of you about this indecision or adjacent possibilities. It might involve love, which could involve relationships, or it could even involve self-love. So if there are adjacent possibilities or light at the end of the tunnel around a relationship, or you don't know which way to go with it or how to deal with it, as I say, extend yourself out, increase your research or your homework. Possibly there might be someone who can support you or help you, a mentor, or even going to some counselling or some guidance, or connecting with yourself at the intuitive level and really feeling into how to make the decisions and get the most out of them, and bring love into the realm, bring love into your reasoning or your rationing, because love helps to resolve all issues regardless of what they are. So whether it's health, jobs, careers, money, relationships, there's a whole bunch of messages in these three cards, and this one here is so lovely in the end of the three of them. The Angel of Love, as I say, don't forget self-love. It's very important, and there is a sort of a really big energy around the heart there. So if any of you have had heart pain for any reason, and I'm thinking here predominantly of emotional, then allow healing to come in and, give yourself this nurturing love. Look after your heart, look after your emotions and your feelings as well. And if it's not emotional, it could be physical. So look after your physical health too. And if this indecision might be around physical health, do something about finding which is the right option to go down. Is it surgery or not? Is it a change of diet or not? Is it some sort of new therapy or not? Do something about making decisions, because you're being told quite strongly that this month that would be a really good thing for you. Yeah, and connect with your gut feeling and your intuition. So this card is number 2, which is the High Priestess, of course, and she is very much about esoteric knowledge and wisdom and listening to the cosmic energies and resonating with the higher vibrations of life, like the light frequencies and the higher end vibrational spectrum. And when we do that, we gain insight and awareness and knowledge, and primarily we can use this for ourselves, for our own journey, which helps us to make decisions and find out which way to go if we're stuck on the road. A lot of us forget about our intuition and our gut feeling. This one in particular talks about through the mind. So the door, we've got doors again, you see. The answer to your questions are behind the doors, and when you connect with your mind to the cosmos and the energies, you will find the answers. And there we have the doors again. So there is something for you about opening doors. Doors might be opened for you in the month of May around, as I say, any subject matter here it depends. This is a group reading. So for each of you, it could be a different spectrum. We're talking about emotions, relationships, money, health, work, career, ideas, business, esoteric belief systems, all sorts of different things coming in. Intuition can also represent, or this card here, the High Priestess, can represent new love and people being attracted to you in particular. So the angel of love, along with this one here, could be tied up in some sort of parcel of romance or activation of like a chemical initiation between two people, like a chemical attraction of physicality and interest. It's also a card that can be about conception, pregnancies, conception of new ideas as well. Also learning new things at a great level. So some of you could be doing learning, whether it be sitting exams or uplifting a new mode of understanding or knowledge, or some of you may be learning more about the esoteric realm and connecting in that way as well. So we'll put her down there. Take another one from here. What's it going to be? Rest and rejuvenate in number 4. And this one again actually quite often has the subtle connection of romance behind it, like going away with a particular person on a small break and really connecting with them in harmony, but at the physical level. So there's sort of like an intimacy that is shared when this card is present, and it can also be about conception and fertility. So we have 2 cards in a row that are passing off a very similar message. So some of you may be involved in conception of something. It may not be a pregnancy, it could be an idea or a new business or a new route that you're taking. For others, it might be a new connection with a person, whether it's a brand new relationship or whether it's the healing of an old relationship and bringing it back into a higher vibration again if it's been going off the rails per se. Also, this card does talk about most definitely resting and taking some time out and nurturing yourself again and looking after your body. So sometimes when this card is around, it can indicate a possible like an operation, sometimes a scheduled operation. emotional withdrawal, which is the Eight of Cups. And this is kind of what this person here is doing, rest and rejuvenate. Both of these in this particular deck of cards are taking time out from life. I'm trying to get out of the sunlight for you, but it's really hard. So I'll make it so that the sun's shining on his mind. But they're taking the time out to meditate and contemplate, to resolve issues or get a clearer thought pattern, to have more information to work on, to sort out a problem so that they can move out of indecision and find the adjacent possibilities. So we're still on this, and it seems as though this one here, which is the Eight of Cups, could be talking about the fact that there is something you're leaving behind or you're wanting to move away from, or you feel has been unbalanced, as if there's not enough balance in something. And it is emotional. It can often be around relationships, or it can be that it has affected you at the emotional level. Ace of Pentacles, really nice card to draw. The aces don't come out that often, so that's a nice one to receive. It's about the possibility of something new and productive coming your way around a financial sector. So this could mean a pay rise or a job increase or something about money coming in. And now it could still be at the idea stage, so this could be contracts formed or letters written to people suggesting about an idea or a project that someone could say yes to, that in time could bring you this extra money or awareness or job or gratitude or promotion or something along those lines. Sometimes it literally does mean some of you will come into money, a small windfall one way or another, or a pay rise, or you may have applied for a job and it could be that it is paying more than you currently earn. But that's a great opportunity for your finances and career sector. Back again here with this kind of, the Nine of Swords is taking us right back down this whole indecision. That's how we feel when we are in a state of indecision. We feel tied up. We feel like we can't clearly see. Our mind talk disturbs us because it keeps saying, oh, don't do that. No, you're doing the wrong thing. Or take the other opportunity. Or no, you shouldn't do that. So it's very difficult emotionally. When this card is out, it binds us up, it ties us down, it creates indecision. So again, just a few more messages about that. Sometimes this can mean insomnia for some of you. If that's the case, look after your sleep time, try and find things to help cure insomnia, such as there's certain good herbs out there. There's going to bed at the right time, sleeping in a dark room, not having mobile phones and things on, listening to meditative music, relaxation, deep breathing, so on. Nice. The Lovers has come out a little bit actually. Now the Lovers often represents choice because it's a card where sometimes it can be insinuated that three people can be involved. So this card can turn up when there's an affair and someone is in the triangle and they have to make a decision. Should I, shouldn't I? Is this the right person? They're already with someone else, or I'm already with someone else. So there's a little bit of that can go on when the Lovers comes out. That's why it's often called the decision maker. And this is where your indecision could be coming from. It may be related to emotions. And I've said this right from the get-go. And so you've got quite a lot of emotional stuff going on and feeling of walking away from some things. But love and emotions and the heart are definitely interplaying with it all. So for some, the Lovers could be this new romance. Of course, don't forget that this was about romance as well, possibly new. You've got a lot of it this month, you guys. I think you're on a winning thing. If you can just get this ball rolling, actually. It's about getting the ball rolling with you guys. So the Lovers can represent a deep soulmate relationship, something very, very special, something karmically tied in. yeah, if it turns up for you and it's new, then it's wonderful. Take it, give it a go, see how it flows for you. Connect with your gut instincts, your higher vibrational self, to look into it a bit more. For some people, this is about business opportunities as well, starting new creative explorations, possibly with another partner, and that's where the indecision or choices may come in as well. Let's see what this one is for you guys. Adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. Now, it's interesting so far for the readings, these soul journey cards have kind of all been popping up with what you would call slightly adverse cards. So this is the mandala for that one. I always think of that as looking like a lighthouse, but perhaps that's just my thinking. I wonder what you all think it looks like. I might read the words for you, because I think the book is probably a little more succinct than I am. No one ever said life was going to be easy. Obstacles are presented to you so that you may overcome them. Believe that you will, because if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. Confidence comes to those who have succeeded in conquering adversity, and then the next hurdle won't seem as daunting. Adversity is an opportunity for you to reach out to your soul family. You are not alone in this time of challenge. If you need help, others are waiting to offer assistance. This test may have come into your life to teach you to receive rather than to give. So these are deep cards, as I said, and I think you have to really ponder upon where in your life adversity might be hitting, or where you feel it is, and how you're emotionally dealing with it. But you can hear from the words quite clearly, it's about understanding that you become stronger from any adverse situation you're in, and that it's part of your life path and part of your growth and understanding. We all have to go through the ups and downs and the cycles of life, and I think as we move into these 2020 type era, times have evolved very quickly and time is speeding by, and it's not just that's not just a catchphrase. Things are moving much quicker than they ever did, so we're seeing much more growth and learning that we're going through as individuals at the soul level. So a lot more is happening to us all, and this is a lot harder to deal with. So we might feel that we're under adversity more often, but if that's the case, there's a reason for it. We must be having to speed up our learning because we've got a hell of a lot to take on board in a short time for whatever reason. A couple more, but then we're done. The seventh chakra, Archangel Uriel. So Uriel comes to us through the crown chakra at the top of her head. She is a beautiful, pleasant, cosmic type of energy, and it's not dissimilar to this energy. Both of these are coming through at the really high end of the mind, activating thoughts and clarity of goals and aspirations. So Uriel can be called upon if you are finding yourself in a place of indecision and wanting to find which one of these adjacent possibilities to take. So remember to call upon some of these angels that turn up in a reading. There might be another one coming, I'll just see. But remember to tune into them, because they really do offer you opportunities of or moments of insight, of awareness or projection or possibilities or outcome. And definitely when we're up here in this type of area, like the seventh chakra, the Sahasrara, you can be illuminated with profound knowledge, wisdom, connection and understanding when we do enough meditation with this type of energy. And you'll be able to find that when you tend to your body and you do a bit of rest and rejuvenation. So one last one. Well, I won't stop there because it's storm warning. It can mean a literal storm for some of you. So if any of you are in a physical storm path, just do the logical things and prepare yourself. Check your home. Make sure you have batteries or torches, a bit of food. Keep your place, your house free of like leaves in the drains or anything like that that could cause instant flooding. So just be aware. But if it's not a physical storm warning, it can be an emotional storm. And it can be quite traumatic. And we've kind of seen this, you've had a lot of emotions going on, and I'm getting the feeling it might have to do with relationships with you guys, with this coming and going, the possibility of new love, choices that you're making, this indecision. There's a whole bunch of different things that could create the feeling of a storm in your life. And what is it with a storm? How long does it last? Not long. And when it passes, the skies are beautifully clear again. And that's a much nicer card to finish with, material and spiritual prosperity. So the abundance of life, the cornucopia of residing in the passion and the success and the happiness, not dwelling on the negatives and the fear and the worry. So finding movement in the eternal cycles of life. So this card is about giving and receiving and yin-yang of life, and knowing that when we are in those cycles, everything evolves and everything changes and we manifest, and then we are also able to give. So some of you may be in a position to give at this point, and it can be material giving or support and helping to someone else. And others of you may be in a cycle where you are needing the support as well. So that's also a possibility. But whichever it is, it's a beautiful omen to have, because it's promoting the cycle of balance in your life. So I think it's a really nice way to finish for May with that final card. So there we are, Virgos. A lot to take on board, plenty of action. Seems like love is in the air one way or another, and possibly that you have choices to make around some relationships in your life. So I wish you the very best of luck with your choices and decisions. And if it's not, love as in romance, it feels as though it's to do with perhaps businesses or creative explorations or ideas that you've been fostering and wanting to grow into something.